guys, it's Rhino, and as you can see, I got my hands on the prototype of So You've Been Eaten by Ludicreations, which recently and successfully funded on Kickstarter. As the title suggests, in this game, you have been eaten by a giant space beast. But don't worry, it's just an occupational hazard because you actually wanted to be eaten. The space miner over here needs to enter the beast's belly to mine the crystals that their company needs. So You've Been Eaten is a game for 0 to 2 players. Yes, there is a version of the game in which you watch an automated robot miner go against an automated hibernating beast, and there is a solo mode in which you take on one of the roles and go against an AI system of the other role. In this video, we're gonna focus more on the 2-player version of the game. So let's see how this works. The board, for the most part, is the beast's stomach, and you've got the beast player sitting on this side and the miner on the other. The beast holds 7 stomach cards with which they're gonna repopulate their digestive tract every turn after the miner has messed with it. The beast can also acquire immune response cards to place over here and use their effects as well as to collect points. Over here we have 4 different types of bacteria that are also depicted on the stomach cards, and at the end of each turn they're going to be attacking the miner. The cards might also show crystals that the miner is after. There's 8 different types of crystals, and the miner needs to collect 1 of each to win the game. Over to the miner side, we've got all the different actions they can do by rolling the dice and assigning them on the action they choose. So the miner starts their turn and is followed by the turn of the beast, and obviously each of the rolls plays very differently. The miner rolls the dice representing their time and energy and assigns them to actions, while the beast mainly decides what new cards go in the digestive tract and acquires immune response cards to hinder the miner from reaching their goals. On their turn, the miner rolls the dice and starts placing them on actions. They can do a stun action to target the stomach card that many spaces away from them. So in this case, they target the 3rd card. With the stun action, they can move that card away any number of spaces more than 1. Additionally, they can adjust the value of another unused die up or down by 1. They may also do the eliminate action to target a stomach card that many spaces away, along with the adjacent card depicting the same bacteria, or even more adjacent cards. Then we have the capture action to target a stomach card with a crystal to obtain it. Last, there is the adjust action in which you can place any die to change the value of another unused die to any number. One very important thing is the upgraded actions. If you place a die corresponding to a number of these slots, you may upgrade that action. The upgraded actions give you more powerful stuff to do, like getting tools to help you, but also they can protect the collected crystals from the mutations of the bacteria that might happen. And also at the end of the game, each upgraded action gives 1 point to the miner. The last thing that happens in their turn is that the miner gets attacked by the bacteria. The bacteria shown on the stomach card closest to the miner is going to attack for this turn, so you'll advance that bacteria by 1 spot on the track. If any of the 4 bacteria reaches the last spot of the track, the miner will lose the game. So it's important for the miner to have a strategy that would leave cards close to them that are of different bacteria types every time, so that they don't have the same one advancing and they can buy more time this way. And then it's the beast's turn. Whenever any cards are eliminated, the cards slide towards the miner side to cover the gaps. So when the beast plays, there are some cards that need to be filled on the track. Using the cards from their hand, the beast selects and places 1 by 1 new stomach cards. At this stage, the beast may accelerate ingestion if they find the miner particularly tasty, and place more cards than necessary, so to discard the card closest to the miner and have the rest slide towards it. This is very useful if you want to bring some bacteria closer to the miner, or if you want to remove a card with crystals on it, or for any other strategy that the beast might have. Then the beast may acquire 1 immune response card, making sure that they fulfill the prerequisites written on it, and they need to pay for it with energy. The energy they can use comes from crystals on the digestive tract and by also discarding cards from their hand that do not have crystals on them. This is an interesting trade-off in the game because a very obvious strategy for the beast is to not allow many cards with crystals on the digestive tract because the miner will get them, but at the same time they want the crystals because they need to buy immune response cards. Next, the beast refills their hand up to 7 cards. Last, the beast chooses and plays 1 mutation card face down that is revealed at the end of the miner's turn. If the bacteria on the mutation matches the bacteria type that attacks the miner at the end of the turn, then the miner has to downgrade one of their actions. If there are no upgrades, then the miner has to remove one of their collected crystals. So this is how the flow of the game goes, and the game will eventually end in one of 3 ways. The first way is if the miner manages to collect the 8 different crystals, and then they can exit victoriously from the beast's mouth using the company's jetpack, so that's a win for the miner. The second way is the so-called number 2, in which case the miner exits from the back end of the beast and they survive and they keep their crystals while the beast cures their stomachache. The victory is still up for grabs, so the 2 players count their points. The miner counts 1 point for each collected crystal and 1 point for each upgraded action, while the beast gets points from the acquired immune response cards from each bacteria level and subtracts 1 point for each stomach card in their hand showing a crystal. Last, the third way this game can end is if the beast digests the miner, and this happens if any bacteria tile reaches the 4th level or has 5 immune response cards in play at the end of the miner's turn. So this has been So You've Been Eaten. It's definitely a unique theme, it's very well executed, and it's, in my opinion, meatier than what the size of the box might suggest. Even though the Kickstarter campaign has ended, you can still get the game, so I'll have the link in the description below so you can check it out and see if you want to make a late pledge. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.